Hello, Internet. I am an idiot. But my name is Manic. Yeah, most people call me Manic because it's, the word that shows up first. Makes sense. Today, we're going to be reading an article coming out of the CWB in Chicago, which is a news organization that considers itself different than other news organizations because they like to pad out their articles a little bit, according to them. They have a whole section on how they're different than other news media outlets, and it's interesting. So this article, published August 26, 2021, its headline reads, Security guard who shot man 3 times acted in self-defense because the victim wasn't wearing a COVID mask, lawyer says. Oh, thank God. Thank God this man has that kind of lawyer. Of course, self-defense. Of course he was in fear for his life. This man had the audacity to walk around in public with just his face. What a terrible human being that guy is. I mean, oh my God, what the fuck? He should have been shot 5 times. 5 times for not wearing a COVID mask. Piece of fabric over his fucking derpy face. But yeah. Good call, Mr. Lawyer Guy. Self-defense. Shot him 3 times. Let's hear this clear-cut case of self-defense. A liquor store security guard was acting in self-defense when he shot a customer 3 times because the customer was, quote, putting others' lives at risk by not wearing a COVID mask, unquote. The guard's private defense attorney said during the bond court hearing Wednesday. It's a good opener. I mean, most people can understand when you see a person not wearing the mask. Don't you just instinctively want to pull out your gun and shoot him? I mean, I know I do. Luckily I have, self-control. It's a gift. It's a gift not everybody has. I understand. Anyway, this argument did not sway Cook County Judge Mary Marubio. Which, by the way, I would also like to point out that what else makes CWB different? They don't like to capitalize words that, should be. Proper nouns, fuck that shit. Fuck it all. No, it's a lowercase c in this one because fuck Cook County. He should have been, hailed as a hero. Argument didn't sway the judge. That judge is clearly white supremacy incarnate. What kind of name is Mary anyway? Sounds like a virgin to me. Quote, the victim fled the store, fell outside, followed by the defendant who, according to the surveillance video, shot a 2nd time. I mean, he's down on the ground, but, he's still not wearing the mask. He may be on the ground pleading for some, help and please don't shoot me again. But he didn't put a mask on, so clearly he had to shoot him a 2nd time because, when it comes to the whole point is he's not wearing a mask. The first shot should have been the warning shot for him to go, oh, right, the mask, I'll get it, it's in my pocket, hold on. Obviously, he didn't work fast enough. He's putting more lives in danger. He had to shoot him again, put another hole in him to help curb the spread of COVID with more holes in his body. The defendant then paces back and forth and shot a 3rd time. See, this shows the man has patience. He was given the clear perpetrator, clear offender of human decency, the man not wearing a mask, time to put his mask on between the shots. And he clearly wasn't. He was clearly being belligerent, going, I voted for Donald Trump, fuck your mask kind of deal, and other Nazi slurs. And he had no choice. His life and everybody else's lives were in danger. He had to shoot him a 3rd time because, 3rd time's the charm. Of course he's going to wear his mask now. I shot him 3 fucking times, Marubio said before ordering 42-year-old Chester Holmes held without bail. Look at this man. This man is clearly like a saint. He is Saint Chester Holmes. Not many saints are named Chester, it just occurred to me. And I think that is white supremacy at work. White supremacy keeping the man down who was out there defending your rights, your civil rights to be forced to wear a mask at gunpoint. He was willing to do the things you people aren't willing to do. You want to make people wear masks? You better shoot them when they're not. It's clearly the only way to go. Holmes, who is barred from possessing a weapon because he is a 4-time convicted felon and registered child sex offender, was working as an armed security guard at a store on the 6000 block of South Racine when a 28-year-old man walked in without a COVID mask around 9:53 a.m. Oh, morning time shooting. Those are fun. Those are my favorite. You get up in the morning, you have a cup of coffee, you go to get your liquor at 9 o'clock in the morning, and oh my god, I left my mask in the car. I think masks are stupid, but I'll get my stupid fucking mask so that I can get my liquor at 9 o'clock, going on 10 o'clock in the morning. No, you don't get to go back to your mask wielding car or whatever. I'm speculating at this point. I'm just trying to create the situation where this guy's just like, nah, motherfucker, you need to die. You need to die for not wearing a mask. But that's not even the fun part. He's a 4-time convicted felon and registered child sex offender. All right, the lawyer in me needs to really work with this one because this is gonna be a rough one to sell. Clearly, he was railroaded by the system, of which I have no idea what his offenses are because I haven't gotten that far in the article. I don't even know if they mentioned it, but Chester here, who is a clear model citizen, a hero of the people, who shoots the evil non-wearing mask assholes near dead on the street. I don't know, is he dead? We'll see. It's part of the story. I'm laying it out. We're still in Act 1 or Act 2. I don't know story structure. Fuck you. Anyway, he was railroaded by the system, who 4 times has been persecuted, not prosecuted. I mean, he's been prosecuted, but persecuted by racist police in Chicago. And he, despite all the odds, he managed to get an armed security guard job at a store in South Racine. Motherfucker knows some people. You don't just land that job by accident with that kind of record. Even with it being completely and obviously falsified, he's Saint Chester. He couldn't have possibly did child sex offenses. That's impossible. But let's continue with the story because it's so far so good in the wild department. Holmes and the victim argued about mask policy, and the victim eventually left. So, he won. He won the argument. Motherfucker's leaving. But he's still putting lives at risk, and I'm sure that was going on in Chester's mind. He's like, I'm literally letting a murderer walk out this fucking door because he's just going to go to another store who doesn't have security that's as awesome as me, Chester Holmes, Saint Security God Extraordinaire. I just can't let that happen. Luckily, according to the article, the victim then turned around and walked back in. When he did, Holmes met him with a drawn handgun and shot him. August said. He had no choice. It was a clear him and me situation. And it was also him and me versus all the other people he's going to infect with his deadly diseases. It had to be done. He's practically fucking Batman. The victim fell to the ground outside the store. Okay, he hadn't quite made it in yet. So this is actually a good thing because ultimately the store was completely protected. Holmes did his job to the best of his ability by keeping the dangers out. He bled outside. This is why projectiles are a good thing, because, you could shoot somebody from away and be like, nah, your place was protected. He died over there. Holmes, who defense attorney Jonathan Feldman said has a big heart and was a big, kind-hearted man, shot the man again. I wish I could write jokes this good. Then paced around and shot him a 3rd time before running away because, Batman's got to make an exit. Batman doesn't just hang around for Commissioner Gordon to be like, nah, you know what happened. He had to die. He's the bad guy on Batman. Of course he's down. But I thought Batman didn't kill anyone. Shut up, me. We've proven that Batman's rules are flexible. The victim, who was shot in the stomach, arm, and leg, was taken to a hospital where surgeons removed part of his intestines, August said. Well, that'll teach him. Motherfucker, you can wear a mask now, or do I need to remove a spleen next? I'm sorry, doctor, I'll wear a mask. Chicago cops heard the gunfire and responded quickly enough to see Holmes running away, according to August. He ditched his gun and security vest along the way and later told arresting officers where they could find him, August said. August got lots of shit to say. I like this guy. He's saying stuff, and it's really filling out the article. Holmes also allegedly admitted to shooting the victim. So, of course, he's Batman. He's not gonna, lie. Yeah, I shot him. He was putting lives at risk. Quote, "This is obviously going to be a self-defense case," unquote, Friedman said after hearing the allegations. Of course it is. Of course it's self-defense. The first time was the warning, the argument about mask policy was technically the warning. And he decided, I got to come back. I don't know if he, dropped something and he needed to pick it back up, his car keys, so he can get into his car to get his mask. But, boy, that's, again, speculation. Because the second he turned around, now he's becoming a force of evil that is out to kill people. And clearly, Holmes had to shoot him. So he shot him once, which puts him down. Good guy with a gun, man, just putting the bad people down. In which, again, I've already explained this. He gave him time to put the mask on, and clearly he didn't want to do it, so he shot him a second time. Not fatally, obviously. And then went, all right, man, you going to put your mask on now, motherfucker? You've been shot twice. And when he refused, it was obvious that what had to happen. Shoot him and run. Because he was going to just get everybody sick. He's got blood everywhere now. That's easy. I'm sure that transmission of COVID thing, somehow science, doesn't matter. He called the circumstances, quote, basically a customer who's unruly, who wants to put other lives at risk, unquote. Of course. Of course. We know this. This is not news to us. Duh. Holmes, Friedman argued, quote, reacted in self-defense, unquote, to a man who wasn't wearing a COVID mask. Am I in a Twilight Zone episode? Because sometimes I feel like I'm in a Twilight Zone episode where my jokes aren't really jokes. They're actual people's thoughts where they're like, yeah, I agree. It's retarded. Okay, just moving right along. August said Holmes was convicted of sexually assaulting a 6-year-old girl and allegedly abusing a 15-year-old girl in 2003. Completely irrelevant. Sure, it might limit his ability to get weapons and such because of, felonies. I don't know the rules in Chicago. I don't know if Chicago has any rules. But, molesting and abusing and assaulting little girls is not the same as shooting clear serial killers. Because that's what this guy was. He was a serial killer by just having his face out there. It's so easy. All you gotta do is strap some cloth to your face and we all pretend it helps. Just get with the program, motherfucker. Come on. And you won't get shot. I hate myself a little bit right now. Quote, that's not me, unquote, Holmes said as August detailed the specific acts he was accused of committing against the girls. It's not you? Okay, that's fair. He grew and changed, learned his lesson, so instead of abusing people, he's gonna shoot the obvious crazy people who are not himself. Friedman said Holmes was, quote, fully cooperative with the police, unquote, indicating he had a, quote, innocent mindset, unquote, with, quote, nothing to hide, unquote. Of course he doesn't. Of course not. It's a clear case of self-defense. He was putting my life in danger by breathing. Unimpeded. That motherfucker. Prosecutors charged Holmes with attempted murder, aggravated battery by discharging a firearm, and unlawful use of a weapon by a felon. I mean, yeah, but how else is Batman supposed to be Batman without some bat gadgetry to shoot victims to shoot serial killers with? Makes no sense. That seems so silly to have that on there. I mean, yeah, it's clearly breaking the law, but he can't be Batman without breaking that law. So, but the other two, that's really just kind of a tomato thing, you know, self-defense, attempted murder. There was a whole bunch of attempted murder going on during the situation. The guy without the face mask, the other guy with the shooty gun pow thingy. It was just, I think that one should be just removed, you know, because it's kind of a wash. He was putting others' lives at risk, so was he. It's a wash, it's fair. Aggravated battery by discharging a firearm. That seems a little redundant. Just to me, especially with the follow-up, the unlawful use of a weapon by a felon. Seems kind of like you're double dipping to me, and I'm actually not joking here, but still. Anyway, and my review of this particular article by CWB Chicago it's an interesting article. It's extremely interesting. I will give them credit for mostly being unbiased with the most ridiculous shit I've read in quite a while. But it still seems that most of the article was about how decent he's trying to make himself appear, which I actually don't mind, because the more you go, nah, man, I'm not like that, and the more we kind of think you like that, because ultimately you shot him for a reason. So what's the reason? He's putting my life at risk. Really? Really, is that the reason? Because if that is the reason, it is a possibility that is the reason. You do realize there are going to be a lot more people that are like this, especially if this defense works. My name's Manic. You can subscribe to my channel if you want to. I might be making videos. I might not be making videos. I don't know. I might get shot by somebody because I'm a forgetful stoner. Oops, the daisy.
Oh, what the fuck's happening? Oh,
man,
shit, man.
Oh, man, I shot Marvin in the face.
Why the fuck you do that?